Hi, I'm Nina, this is Intrinsic, and today I was just going to show some of the games that we use to Gameschool. I have a previous video that I showed some of my favorite Gameschool games, and then there was a request on there to do an updated video. Now, life has changed a bit since then. We moved into my parents', so at that time we had not very many games out. Most of them were in storage, so the ones that I brought were the ones that we really loved. One of them was Clumsy Thief. It doesn't take up very much room, and this is one that you add up to 100. I did talk about this in a separate one, so I'll link that. This is Dragon Times. I really love this game. So there's dragons you're trying to capture, and there's spell cards, and so you put the combination to catch the dragon. So in order to get the 40 dragon, you can either do 8 and 5, or you can do 10 and 4. My daughter loved playing this Harry Potter style after we read the book. We would get our magic wands, and instead of just saying the spell, like, we would use our wand like 10 times 4 is 40 and then capture the dragon. And of course, my daughter loves imaginative play, so if we make it more dramatic, she's all on board. I kept the guess and 10 animals. If you watched my homeschool routine video, this is what we are playing. We don't necessarily play by the rules all the time. We just buy the games for the materials, and we play it how we want to play it. This one is not one that I originally had at my parents' house, but when I was teaching about medieval Europe, this seemed thematic. So it has this game board, and all these little the people are magnetic, and then there are clues on where they are, or where they are in relationship to another person. You figure out logically how where everyone is, and then it shows if you're right or not. This, I think, would be a really awesome one in a car ride. Dragonwood, I've mentioned before, is just a really fun game, and I think even not Gameschool minded enjoy it. This is one that I did dig out because I was teaching about American Revolution and why we had the Electoral College, and so this was a game we pulled out. It has the states and how many electoral votes they get. Again, we didn't play it exactly how the rules say. I was playing with a young class, and this is a little bit more complicated. So we just rolled the die, like a blue die and a red die, to see what color each state became, and then added up to see who won. Chess was really popular in my classroom. The reason I have this version is because I found it at a thrift store and it was in good condition when I bought it. But my favorite, which I don't have because there's not 4 people in my family, is 4-way chess. We used to play that a lot when I was in high school, and it was a lot of fun. I've talked about Kadu before. We have a couple others. This is a new version that I didn't have before because my daughter loves African animals, and this one is like you get 2 sets of cards in it, and the board is 2-sided. Game of the States is one that my daughter's actually asking to play when I'm done with this video, but I used this in my classroom while we were talking about American Revolution. It's not the map that they had back then, but it's a good time to bring out the map and learn that. And it has money in it, and it was a little advanced for some of my kids, some of my class, so it was mostly the older 8 and 9-year-olds that were able to play. Exact Change is one that I bring in my classroom a lot. It's very simple, and I'm teaching an age where money is new, and they're able to play a fun game. Whether they know it or just the people around know how to add up, then it's like helping enforce that in a fun way without high stress. My daughter watched our friend's YouTube channel do a review about these 2 games. I'll link their review below, but she loved them so much that she asked for this for Christmas. Too Many Monkeys is definitely a kid's game. I don't think it would be a crowd pleaser with older ones. If your child is at the stage where they're learning to count, I think that it's educational. I mean, there's always the social skills, but I don't feel like it's stretching us. I feel like it's just a good time for her when we play that. Illusion is one where you're having to put the cards in order of what has the most of that color. So it's really harder than you'd think to estimate what has the most. And she has a lot of fun with that one.
Sweet. I'm searching for things that make me wanna grow. There's so many things to learn and I wanna know.
If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Intrinsic.